All right, so let's do a little bit of a short reformer class. I'm not going to use the box. We'll just use the reformer. I have hand weights, so we'll start off with footwork. I normally like to start with footwork. I have right now, we're on 3 reds and a blue. And then we're gonna lay down. I'm using 2-pound weights, but it's up to you, whatever you're feeling. And then I'm just gonna have us start with the running stretch. So toes wrapped around the bar, your hip width apart. And then I'm just incorporating the arms. I'm actually gonna lift my headrest. And then I'll have us do a footwork series. So let's keep the toes wrapped around the bar, hip width apart. And then, so the arms are long at the side, and we're gonna push out, bicep curl, come in. I like to add multiple muscles when I can. And neutral spine, you wanna keep the hips stable. You wanna keep the abs in. We'll just do 8 of everything. So let's try 4 more. 3, 2, last one, and then we're gonna come halfway in and do pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then stretch, and then calf raises. So dropping the heels, lift the heels. You could add the arms if you want. 4, 3, 2, last one, resting. Okay, so different foot position, hip width apart on the arches of the feet, and then let's do the arms up to the ceiling, push down, straight arms down. So you want to keep the shoulders relaxed, still neutral spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then come halfway in, and I'm just gonna turn the hands for the pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You could rest or stretch. Okay. Next foot position, let's come up to the heels, flex the feet, arms up to the ceiling, triceps. So push out, bending back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then halfway in, pulse the arms, pulse the legs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, resting or stretching. Ooh. Starting to feel it. Let's stay on the heels. We'll do a wide turnout. I'm gonna do the elbows outside the reformer. Push out up to the ceiling. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, resting or stretching. All right, last footwork position, balls of the feet wide, turn out. You could lift the heels if you want to challenge. I'm gonna do the arms right next to us, push out, and then up to the ceiling. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, halfway in, pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. You could try wide running stretch from here. If it doesn't feel good though, skip it. If anything doesn't feel good, you want to skip it. Good, and then coming in. And then let's go into a spring change. So I'm gonna have us go into bridges. So, and we'll use the weights for the bridges. So I'm gonna do 2 red springs. Lighter is a little bit more challenging for the abs, I find. Okay, so we're laying down again. You want to use the abs, you want to use the glutes. I'm going to start with the arms up to the ceiling, and then we're going to inhale, exhale, roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Use the abs, use the glutes, and then rolling down. You also want to make sure that your headrest is down. Inhale, exhale, scoop the belly, roll up, try not to move the reformer. Rolling down, articulating the spine. Inhale, exhale, up. Rolling down. Inhale, exhale, up. Rolling down. Inhale, exhale, up. Rolling down. Should feel pretty good. Just make sure you're engaging the glutes and the abs. Let's try 3 more. Inhale, and then exhale, up. Rolling down. Inhale, and then exhale to roll up. Rolling down. Let's stay up for the next one. So we're going to inhale, exhale, rolling up and pulse up and down. Use the glutes. 6, 5, 4. You want to squeeze the glutes every time you pulse up. Last ones. We're going to stay up. We're going to push out, and I'm going to add the triceps in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, really engaging the abs and the glutes. 2, last one, coming in, rolling down. So I'll normally have people go into a figure 4 stretch after the bridges. So ankle over knee, and then you'll pull that thigh towards you, breathe. And then I also like to add in the knee over the other knee and then just pull towards you. It's a little bit different of a stretch. Breathing. And then you'll switch the legs, opposite ankle over knee, pull towards you. And then you'll cross the knee over the knee, pulling the legs. Breathing. Okay, good, and then let's pop up. Let's do a spring change. Done with the weights for now, so I'm just gonna put them down. And then, all right, so we'll go into some abs, laying down arms. So I'm gonna do 1 red, 1 blue. So when you're ready, we're gonna lay down. I'm gonna lift my headrest back up. So it's up to you with the springs. If you want to go heavier, you could do 2 reds. I'm going to do the inside straps to start. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Everything that we're doing here, you really want to use the abs. So I'm going to do arms up, legs up. Try to keep the legs straight. Arms down, legs down. You could lift the head, neck, shoulders. If you lift, you really want to use the abs. You don't want to use the neck. If it's too much, just keep the head down. So it's up to you. 5, 4, 3, 2. Definitely feeling it already. Good. Keep the palms down, just the legs. 7. Really engage the abs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then you could rest. Okay, next one, let's go into bending the arms out the side. The arms are at 90 degrees bent. Tabletop legs, extend the arms, extend the legs, bending back. 6, Last one, I'm gonna have us stay extended, open, close the legs. Only as wide as the reformer. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Come in. Woo, definitely feeling it. Next one, this is one I love to do. I'm gonna interlace the hands. I'm gonna bring the legs to tabletop. If you can, you're lifting, go in between the knees, pull the knees in, extend the legs out, arms up. 7, definitely gets into the abs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, stay at pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, I'll just have us do one last one from here. So we'll go into the jumping jacks. So legs are at 45, palms are at the hips. You could lift or just stay down. Open the arms, open the legs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, rest. Okay, so I'm gonna hang the straps up. I like to add spine stretch after that, so I'm holding the pegs. You could hold the shoulder blocks if you don't have the pegs. Roll the knees one way, look the opposite direction, and keep the shoulders down on the mat. Breathing. Good, you'll go the other way. And let's just do one more since we're here. Spine stretch, breathe. Last one, great. And then let's pop up and then let's go into a spring change. So now I'm gonna have us go into the glutes. So I'm gonna do one with spring. So I'm also gonna do it lifted on my forearms. You could always come down and have your head on the headrest. It's up to you. Or if you have a pillow, you could use the pillow too. Okay, so we're getting into the glutes now. So I'm gonna put the long strap on the foot. Don't sink into the shoulder. Use the glutes. Extend out, bending in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna keep the legs straight. You're gonna flex forward, stay hip height, point back. Flexing forward, pointing back. 6, 5. You could always bring the hand over here to stabilize. I'm just doing the hip. 3, 2, last one. Then I'm gonna keep the leg back at the foot bar, flex the feet, keep the toes forward, go up and down. So we're just keeping the toes forward, we're not going external. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, let's stay at pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting for a second. I'm just gonna have us do one last one and then we're gonna flip over and do the other side. So I like to bring the leg forward, toes down, up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, stay at pulse. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Definitely felt that last one. Pull the leg back, stretch. And then we're gonna flip over and do everything we just did on the other side. All right, so we're stacking up. Stay lifted in the shoulder, otherwise your head is gonna be down on the headrest. If you do use the headrest, it would be lifted if you can. We're putting the strap on the foot, lifted, you're on your forearms, extend out, bending in. one, stay extended. We're gonna flex forward, point back. Flexing forward, pointing back. Use the glutes. 3, 2. Last one. We're gonna stay back at the foot bar. Flex the feet, toes forward, up, down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, stay up pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Resting for a second, and then we're gonna do the straight leg out in front, toes down, use the glutes up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Take the strap off. Pulling back, stretching. I like to do the stretch after. Okay, good. And then let's change it up. Let's get into some glutes. Since we just did glutes, we'll do a little bit of glutes with the arms. All right, so we're gonna stay on the one red spring. I'm gonna have the feet up against the shoulder blocks. If that's uncomfortable though, you could drop the headrest and you could do the top of the feet on the headrest. So I'm gonna actually do the feet up against the shoulder blocks. You really wanna be careful with these. You don't wanna fly into the wall. All right, so we're into where the springs are. All right, so to add the glutes in, lift, hug. I'm actually gonna drop down to the long straps. Lifting, hugging, squeeze the glutes when you lift. 6, 5, 4. If it's too much, you could just stay lifted and do the arms. 2. Last one. Resting. Okay, great. Definitely feeling all of this. Next one, serving the same way. Lift, serve, dropping down. 7, 6, 5, 4. Make sure you're breathing. 3, 2. Last one. Resting. Okay, last one we're gonna do here. We're gonna bring the arms to the side, lifting, and then extending out to the corner of the ceiling and the wall. 7. Or just stay lifted. 6, 5. Use the abs also. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Resting. That was a challenge. Okay, next one I'm gonna have us do is I'm gonna go a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna do one blue spring. I'm just gonna have us do one more thing here, and then we're gonna go into the feet and the straps. All right, so we're gonna face the other way. Knees up against the shoulder blocks. Reach for the frame. I normally tell people to bring the hands in front of the shoulders. So I'm gonna have us mostly do the abs here. So I'm just gonna have us pull in, keep the abs engaged, in, out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then let's rest, do a little stretch. Both hands on one side, pull yourself in, just the knees now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You could do a little stretch again. And then the other side, you're gonna pull yourself in and then just the knees. 8, 7, engaging the abs. 3, 2, last one. You're also working the arms with those. Okay, stretching. You could do a child's pose stretch. Breathe for a second. Whew. Okay, great. Let's get into like a nice feet and straps. I'll keep my headrest down for now. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter. I'm gonna do 1 red, 1 blue. Normally I do 2 reds, but it's up to you. Okay, and then we're laying back down. And then you'll push off with 1 foot on the foot bar, put 1 strap on the foot, the arch. And let's go into the circles. 7, 6, 5. Hips are stable, neutral spine, keep the abs in. 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna reverse it for 8, 8, 7, 6. You want to do equal circles with both legs, keeping the hips stable. That's why I'm keeping my hands on the hips. Otherwise, the arms would be right at the side. Last ones. Good, and then let's do the straight legs. Let's flex down, pointing up. Flexing down, pointing up. You do want to engage the abs. 6, 5, 4, 3, breathing, 2. Last one. We're going to lower the legs to 45. Go to Pilates V. The heels are touching. Bend in for the frog. Stretch out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Okay, straight legs. Keep the V. The headrest should be down. I'm going to have us go into the short spine. All right, so I'm just moving my hair clip. Arms at the side. You want to inhale to prepare. And then exhale, lift, use the abs. If you can, you're closing the carriage. Bend the knees, round the spine, roll out 1 vertebrae at a time, extend. Inhale, exhale, lift. Bending, rounding, rolling out. I normally tell people to close the carriage if they can. Inhale, and then exhale, lift. Bending, round, roll out 1 vertebrae at a time. Use the abs, extend. 5 more. Inhale, exhale, bend, round, rolling out. Love these. Inhale, exhale, bending, round, roll out. This is definitely one of my favorite things to do. Inhale, exhale, lift, use the abs, bend, round, roll out. Inhale, exhale, lift, bending, roll out. I think we have 1 more, so last one. Inhale, exhale, lift, bending, rounding, rolling out. Start stretching. Pull the straps towards you. Stretch, breathe. Keep the tailbone down if you can. Open to a V whenever you're ready. Still pull towards you if you can. Breathing. Then I like to go into the butterfly stretch from here. You could either pull towards you for butterfly, or you could let your feet hang down where the springs are. It's up to you. Everyone feels the stretch in a different place. I'm just gonna stay here. I like to do full inhales, full exhales. If you want a little bit of a more, like a hip opening challenge, you could bend one leg back, holding the straps, breathe. Carefully, you'd come back to the center with that one, bend the other leg back. If this one does not feel good, just skip it. And then coming back to the butterfly, one last breath. And then when you're ready, you'll take one strap off, you can hang it, the other strap, and then we will come up to sitting. But that was a nice little short reformer class. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you next time.